Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed DR, and this is Middara on Tabletop Simulator. Alright, so I went and reviewed a few rules, because I definitely ran into a few questions, because this is my second attempt to start this particular session, because I immediately ran into questions, and I kind of needed to figure them out. Anyway, I believe everything has been set up, so I'm going to go ahead and just hit reset the initiative and just get started. It doesn't look like there's any initiative manipulation, so we're good to go. Okay, Gatekeepers are going last, so that's good for us. Breeze is going before Nightingale, which is definitely what I wanted, because I want her to potentially try to get Wilt to go on. Both Breeze and Nightingale don't have particularly high lore, so getting rid of Poppets will be kind of difficult for them. And that Blighted Guardian is going to be a problem. So you know what? We're going to go ahead, because you can see the setup here. We never really zoomed in on the map here. This is where Justice is at. She's at right now adjacent to a Poppet, so she can't actually cast magic. She can dodge, I believe, but she can't cast magic. These Blighted Guardians will just move up and essentially yank her through a bunch of these Poppets, take a bunch of break attack damage, and essentially just get eliminated really quickly. So yeah, I think the plan is we're going to go ahead and pop one of these pagers and put this right in the back. Okay. And then, oh yeah, I need to set the... we did get a refresh, so we should be all at full health. Oh, wrong thing. Forgot to set the initiatives, I apologize. Had everything else ready, but not that. Okay, everything else seems to be good to go. Okay, so Zeke goes first. He is all the way in the back, where he should not be. So the plan is, if I can get line of sight of this one, which the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I go right about here, there, or there. I mean, technically there, but that's a Poppet. So we need to get to that spot as quickly as possible, and then go to town. So we'll spend a stamina to move. Do we have line of sight on you? We do. Alright, so before we move, let's go ahead and pop Intervention and Proof of Divinity. Also, I'll go ahead and pop Mend. I accidentally got rid of my heal token, so I apologize. There we go. We'll just put these down here. All right, 2 heal tokens. All right, and then intervention token and courage for Damocles, and then spend the stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the only way I'm going to get line of sight. Poppets don't block line of sight, so that's the good news. Bad news is I just used all my stamina. If I need to, I can use bottomless beverage to give myself more stamina, but we'll go with what we have right now. So first things first, we're just going to start throwing things like a very, very angry child. So 2 reds. Not a good start. I'm going to go ahead and fortune tell that 3 to the max. So that'll bring it up to a total of 13 damage. Okay. And then I'll start throwing throwing knives. Alright. 8 damage. Okay. Backpack. Put that there. There we go. And then we'll grab ourselves a red. And that. And we'll go ahead and throw 2 more throwing knives. That's what they're there for, after all, to be thrown. That is 8 damage, putting me 1 short. In that case, I'm just going to go ahead and pop the straight shiv, and that'll finish it off. Alright, 1 down. Item loot right off the bat. Okay, I can live with that. So grab 2 whites. Nine, which will probably be a relic. It is. Shuffle top. And we get a wand. Alright. So the neat thing about the Wand of Coiled Fragments is it can place planks. So you can use it to make bridges and things. And what's also neat is as a caster, you can use it to roll your conviction dice as well as your casting die and just pick one. So that gives you a lot more flexibility. So we'll take it. It's unfortunately not going to be much use to us right now. Honestly, it wouldn't be bad to take it in combination with the tome here, because the tome provides a gray die for one thing, so it's really, really good. But it is what it is. Also, the Etch console, I do know it has the ability to give me a level 1 discipline. I just haven't I haven't gotten the need to do it yet. But if I do flip it, I lose the ability to get the free attack, so it's a trade-off. Alright, that's going to be it. Oh, actually, I can go ahead and put up Mage Armor, so I will. We will put Mage Armor on... We'll go ahead and put it on Justice, that's fine. Yeah, we'll put it on Justice, and then I am going to go ahead and pop Bottomless Beverage and get 2 stamina and spend 1 stamina to do Banish Knowledge and give haste to Justice. I'm trying to think here how I want to do this. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best option. Alright, and then we'll leave it at that. Alright, goes to Breeze. So Breeze can do her thing. So the key thing here is I definitely want to try to kill this thing before it gets poppets on me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, we're kind of out of range. And this thing has a movement of 6. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. And then essentially have range to cast. Yeah, there's kind of no avoiding it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, from here I can easily kind of have free reign. So really the only thing we can try to do is just try to stay out of range and buy some time. So I'll spend 1 stamina to move. Because this thing's going to move up anyway. It's either that or I move up and try to get rid of poppets. Which is an option. It's really hard to say. If we want to cast anything, we'll have to do it from here. Which will use up everything she has. And if it doesn't work, well, then we're in trouble. So one thing I can do is try to get rid of the poppets. It's difficult. I have to roll an 8 on 2 purples. So it's not the prettiest. Nightingale can get in range because she has like the shadows. But I think I'm going to fall back. I think that's the best option right now. So fall back to there, and we'll call it there. Goes to Justice. Justice is hasted, so she gets 1 stamina. She's going to go ahead and spend 1 stamina to do a lore check to get rid of one of the puppets. Let me make sure it's adjacent. Yep, adjacent or shares the same space. So spent the stamina already, so let's go ahead and roll this. Okay, get rid of 1 puppet. Okay, and then next step is I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 stamina to do Bring the Shadows. So 1, 2, it doesn't provoke break attacks because it's like the shadows. So let's see, what could we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You go like that. Yeah, like the shadows is amazing, if you hadn't guessed. Just making sure I have the right position. Yeah, so I was diagonal to this. So I have 15 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So straight to there. I'll go ahead and roll my casting die. See what we get. Okay, 15. All right. Gatekeeper does have protection. I'm going to go ahead and do ineptitude on the Gatekeeper. So let me get a black die. So every book will give +1 to this. Okay, so that's a total of 15, 17, -3 brings it down to 14. And I have 15, so it actually connects. Just making sure. So 15, 17, I did ineptitude, so -3. Yeah, so yeah, it connected. So that connected, and then for the blight. $15 exactly. I'm going to force it to reroll. That's better. All right. So Soothsayer used so as ineptitude, but now I can do this and do 8 damage to both. It has no resistance to magic. This is the red one. But more importantly, they are both now darkness. These things have 13 defense, by the way, so pretty rough thing to hit. Okay, so darkness is applied. I do still have expanded, well, they're an SOI no matter what, so I'll go ahead and do Life Grasp next. Actually, before I do that, I can either shoot the Bloody Guardian and hope I don't miss, which is risky, or I can shoot at the Gatekeeper. I'm going to shoot at the Gatekeeper with Edge Console. I'll have -1 to the attack because I'm shooting through hindering, but they have -1 defense because of darkness. So 13 -1 is 12, and they have 12 defense. So, well, 12 because of darkness. So it does hit. They have 2 armor, so base damage is 0 anyway. I don't have any courage right now, so I actually do 0 damage, but I do give it the energy token. So energy token applied. Now I'll spend the stamina to go ahead and do Life Grasp. Alright, 6 + 6 is 12. The energy token has to be spent on the next conviction check no matter what. So we'll go ahead and do Gatekeeper first. It does still have protection. Okay, so essentially the energy token will negate the 3 from this. So it'll be 9 versus 12, so it'll take 3. And then the Blighted Guardian got 13, so it resisted it completely. Which means it actually does inflict the disease now, so I have to do a force 12 check, which I'm not going to pass. Which I fail, so I get diseased instead, so I lose all my buffs. That's unfortunately the trade-off. Okay, disease. And then I'm going to go ahead and do Gore Shot on the... I'll do Gore Shot on the Blighted Guardian. 5 plus 6 is 11. Not much I can do about that. All right, let's see what you get. Yeah, 15. So you resist the Gore Shot. I can go ahead and summon Elifie at this point. So I think I am going to do that. Just kind of checking my options here. What's Elifie's lore? Only 2. Okay. Okay, I think that's okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the tome. I'll bring in Elifie. It's either that or I bring in Zulfikar. Zulfikar would be interesting, but I think this is better. Okay. Lock. And Elifie, I'm going to place over here. I think that's going to be a good spot. Yeah, I can live with that. All right, and then I need to add Elifie to the initiative track. There we go. All right, and then it goes to Elifie's turn. We're going to go ahead and open with Gore Shot right off the bat. And we're going to shoot the Blighted Guardian. 8 plus 6 is 14. Okay, fails it. It'll take 2 damage, and then I'm going to do another 6 at the cost of 2 health. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to try to get rid of one of the poppets. I got it, so that poppet is gone. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to go ahead and loot the token. It's red. 2 random consumables. I'll shuffle and take the top 2. Okay, throwing knives. They will go to the summoner, so it goes to you there. Okay. That leaves her with 1 stamina left. I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm just gonna hang out here. Yep, I think I'll just hang out here. Alright. I mean, it's either that or I try to go for gold and try to kill a Gatekeeper in one swing, which is mighty tempting. It'll be hard to pull off, though. Nah, I'm better off just trying to finish off the Blighted Guardian. Okay. And it's going to actually be a little dangerous for Damocles because I don't really have that many reliable ways of healing now. Okay, so yeah, that'll be it for Elify goes with Damocles. It's his first turn. We're going to go ahead and do Sinful Privilege, so I can target the Blight that's adjacent to Justice, Imbued Fear, Blade Works, and Iridium Dagger. Alright, and then we're just going to roll all these together and see what we get. Alright, so that's 16. He is Darknessed, so he has 12 defense. So that's 16 versus 12, so 4 damage base. 5, 6 because of Imbued Fear. And then 7, 8, 9 from shields. And then 12 from the burst. And then 14, 16 from books. So that's 16 damage, which is more than enough to kill. And then that will get us a Vow token. Alright. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like so. And then I'm going to spend a stamina to try to get rid of a Poppet. I did not succeed. I'll spend another stamina to get rid of the Poppet. It's a lore check. There we go. Poppet go out. Alright. Goes to Nightingale. So, if I want to play ball here, I get 1 stamina from haste. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 stamina to go ahead and re-equip. We're going to swap out arrows. Like so. And then we can go ahead and I think I'm going to go ahead and fall back. I kind of want to shoot from here, but I don't have plus, I only have 6 range. Oh, actually I can do Precise Strike from here. So yeah, we'll do Precise Strike. And we'll go ahead and empower it. Just to do as much damage as possible. And then, yeah, that'll be it. So yeah, shooting from here, Precise Strike does give me +2 range. Poppets do not block line of sight, nor do they actually hinder any shots. So it's just going to be a straight roll, and we'll see what we get. Okay, that 3 can be, go ahead and do Kill the Messenger, and change that into a 9. So it's 17. I didn't move, so I get +1 to the attack roll. So this is actually 18 versus 13 defense. So that's going to be 5 damage base. And that also triggers Precise Strike, so it's going to be 10 damage in total. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 from shields. So 14 so far. The burst will do another 3. So that brings up to 17. So let's make sure I did that right. So that's 18 versus 13 defense, so 5. 10, because the Precise Strike was 4 or higher. So that's 10. Also, I got 2, more than 2. So there's another 2 physical damage from Morbid Leather. So that's 12. Now shields. So 13, 14, 15, 16. Burst brings it up to 19. And then every 2 books, 21, 23, 25. So that's 25. It has 2 armor. So go down to 23, and I'm going to go ahead and use this black arrow. Oh, sorry, wait. I have 4 armor piercing. So it's 25 still. And then I can exhaust this to make it ignore its resistance. So it'll be 25 damage, which is amazing. So again, I'll just do it real quick. 5 damage base, 10 because of precise strike. Morbid leather brings up to 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 21, 23, 25. Yep, 25 damage. And I bypassed the armor because of armor piercing, and I bypassed the resistances because I used a black arrow. So 25 damage in total. This will make it so it now has 5 armor, so future shots are going to at least have some damage reduction. And yeah, that's a good shot. So I can't move because I used the cave bow passive effect, but I do have like the shadows, so I'm going to use that to move 2 spaces back to there. All right. Actually, no, we're not going to go there. We're going to go here. And I'm just going to check something here. Yeah, that's fine. All right. That is it for her. It now goes to Gatekeepers. So on a Gatekeeper's turn, all poppets will move 2 spaces. Now, key thing about dual encounters is figures and tokens and so forth will not interact with any tokens and figures on the other board. So each of these will only remove their move their respective poppets. I did ask a question on the Discord for future encounters, where if both Gatekeepers are on the same encounter, does that mean that they move 2 and then move 2 again? But I am not entirely certain. Also, I forgot to draw loot for that for the Blighted Guardian, the second one we killed, so I'm going to do that now. We get 12 gold. So that puts us at 311. Okay. Next, yeah, Gatekeeper. We'll start with red first. So it's going to move Poppet 2 spaces closer to the nearest. It ignores terrain. And then it's going to... there's no one adjacent to it. Is there an opponent that shares a space with a Poppet? No. And then can it move to put an opponent with an SOI? Move to put as many opponents as possible with an SOI. So it'll probably move here. That's probably the best place for it. I mean, it could try to move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. No, there's no clear sight. So yeah, pretty much these are the only targets. So we'll go with that. Cast a spell 6, prioritizing the opponent who is adjacent to the most opponents. No one's adjacent to each other. And it's going to... so that means it's going to go after highest initiative, which is going to be Justice. So Justice, we'll go ahead and roll her thing. I got 13. It got 13. I have to beat it. That's right. So if I meet it, I pass, I believe. For some reason, I'm forgetting basic rules, so give me a second. Okay, so yeah, the conviction roll meets and beats it. So that does, it actually, surprisingly, with 2 purples, I managed to make the conviction check. So that is it for the first Gatekeeper. The second one's going to go. Poppets are going to move 2 spaces. And then this, during this turn, Nightingale's going to go ahead and activate Overwatch. So now she has a provoke 6, because her range of her bow is 6. And so that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So once it leaves this tile, I'll go ahead and make my shot. I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to empower it. And we'll see what we get. Okay, 15. I haven't moved, so it's going to be 16. So 16 versus 13 defense, so it's going to be base damage 3. Plus 2 because of Morbid Leather, because I got more than 2 on my attack. So that's 5. I'm going to go ahead and use black arrows to get rid of the resistance. I have 4 armor piercing versus 5 armor, so my 5 is going to go down to 4. So I'm at 4 right now. Every shield is plus 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that brings it up to 10. And then I have 2 books for magic, so that's 12. So I'll do 12 damage. Unfortunately, I don't have any other way of doing damage. Or do I? So 12 damage brings it to 37. And I do have one other thing I can do. During the follow-up step of your attack, even a break attack counts. I'm going to go ahead and take a damage to do the joining, or sorry, not the joining, the infection to reduce the cost of an ability by 1. Do quick blow off the attack I just hit with. And then proceed to spend that stamina I just saved to do it in power and shoot one more time with a follow-up attack. So here goes nothing. This time the resistance is going to apply. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay, 13 versus... oh, actually, I should have done 1 more damage because of darkness. So my bad there. Alright. So this is 13 versus 12. So 1 damage base. No extra for morbid leather. Then 1 damage base. And then nothing for morbid leather. Black arrows are going to reduce armor to 1, so it's going to negate that 1 damage, and that leaves me with symbols. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 10 from the burst. And then since resistance does apply, it's going to half all the damage. So 10 becomes 5, and that kills her. Yeah. That's why I picked up Overwatch. Overwatch with Quick Blow in a lining machine, you get a lot of extra attacks. So with that, Gatekeeper dies. We'll go ahead and draw loot. 6 gold. 317. Now the bad part is since I just defeated this foe, that means I've met the requirement for the Ink Edition, which means I will not be able to do anything with the red totem or blue objective. But I did. If you defeat Gatekeeper in setup 2 and no adventurer started their turn on the same space as the Poppet during the encounter, read the following text. So we didn't, Poppets didn't get anywhere near us. I'm just checking a few things real quick. So I did take a damage because I did infection, but I did it because I wanted the empower. It definitely could have gone the other way. I could have rolled skulls. I could have rolled too low to actually hit. If I wanted to, I could have re-rolled with the quiver on the 4 and tried to go higher. Even if I gotten lower, I still would have been good to go. So yeah, Quick Blow, Overwatch, really good combos there. Anyway, let's go ahead and read the text. They're only dolls. The party gains the Poppet Gatekeeper Relic. If unavailable, gain the Scrying Eye Gatekeeper Relic. So we get the Poppet. The only way this would not be available is if you killed the other you killed one of the Gatekeepers and they gave you a Poppet already. So Poppet. Here we are. So this is a Poppet. Has a flip effect when a figure with an SOI makes a conviction check, they fail that check by 1. So no matter what, they'll always fail it. So really cool. I don't really need it right now, but it's still very cool. Right now I don't really need to equip it, so I'm not going to. Yeah, because Nightingale doesn't actually have anything. A lot of my Nightingales tend to have the sickle venom, and obviously all of our arrows will get poisoned at that point. But in the case of this Nightingale, I don't have any actual conviction checks, so this will just be something she holds on to until later. All right, that is the Ink Edition. So all opponents are defeated. Nightingale gains 1 experience point. So we'll go ahead and note that. This is where it gets a little weird, where my total will not work if one of the sides actually loses. Anyway, that is it for Gatekeepers. I was about to remove them, but they're not gone yet. Bloody Guardians are gone, so we don't need to worry about them. So that's the end of the round. I don't need to worry about anything involving Nightingale or Breeze. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to remove them from the initiative. And then we'll go ahead and reset initiative and see what happens. Last again with Gatekeeper. Awesome. So we got Zeke. What's Zeke got left as far as weapons are concerned? 3 purples and an orange and a red. Yeah, so we do get 3 stamina. Go ahead and refresh everything else. So we do got a Gatekeeper to play with. There is a blue totem for us to mess around with. I don't know what's down there at all. I'm kind of curious to see what it is. So tell you what. Let's go ahead and give intervention token to nobody because no one's in range. We'll give barrier. I don't think you're in range actually. So I always base it off the entire tile itself, not just the red outline, just to keep it simple. So that actually clips this tile, so I don't see it. I've kind of heard the ruling kind of go either way, to be honest. Also, I should have gotten a stamina back when Damocles did damage. So I should have gotten a stamina a while ago because of Proof of Divinity. So we'll go ahead and note that. Go ahead and give himself courage. Spend a stamina to move. 1, 2, 3. That should give me line of sight. Yep. All right. Blue totem. You see some loot as you round the corner. Place a random loot token on the southwest corner of tile UM32, which is this one. Whatever that one is. Okay. As you move closer to inspect it, however, you trigger a trap, sending rocks down from the ceiling. You quickly act to avoid it being crushed. Place 1 obstructing terrain token to the east of the adventurer who activated this totem. Oops. Flung that at him. North, south, east. Puts him right there. Okay. Any figure in the space now occupied by obstructing terrain must make a agility 10 check. If they fail, they are defeated. If they pass, they move 1 space to the north. So it essentially throws them out. An adventurer adjacent to the new obstructing terrain token may make an encounter action to make a strength 10 check. If they pass, replace the obstructing terrain token with a hindering terrain token. If the Gatekeeper in setup 1 is defeated, read the section above and to the right. The Gatekeeper is still alive. So I don't need to worry about that. I did move. I honestly don't remember where I was at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the very least, I should be able to get here. And then I'm going to go ahead and loot it. Yellow. 20 gold and a random consumable. Okay, throwing knife. And 20 gold. I will take that. Yeah, I'm just making sure I actually updated this. I did. Okay, and that is it for Zeke, unfortunately. He's kind of out of the fight for the moment. Goes to Damocles next. Damocles will get 3 stamina. I can try to get rid of the poppet, but I think I'm better off just going for gold at this point. So we'll spend a stamina to move. We're going to take 1 magic from the poppet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put ourselves there. And then we'll go ahead into Bladeworks. And then do Imbued Fear and Iridium Dagger. Alright. Here goes nothing. Oh boy. Alright, so it's 19 versus defense of... Oh, actually, darkness was on the left... It was only on one of the gatekeepers. It wasn't on the other. That being said, I still did enough damage. Yeah, I still did enough damage. I can quickly do the math, though. Okay, so I added the damage from the one attack, bringing it up to 37 damage. So it should have stayed at 36. And I should have done one less damage on the last attack, which would have changed the half from 5 to 4. So I still would have gotten the kill. So regardless, I still got it. Sorry about that. That's assuming I round down on resistance. I don't remember if you do round down or up. But either way, it would still do exactly enough damage to finish off the Gatekeeper. And even if it didn't, I would have went first this upcoming round, probably. So either way, I got it. So with that said and done, let's go ahead and go. Oh yeah, so I was doing Damocles. I just rolled his attack. So 19 versus 12 defense. This is correct. So 12 defense. So it's going to be 7 damage base. Yep, 7 damage base. It's 2 armor, so it's going to be 5. And then Imbued Fear brings it up to 7 again. And then 8, 9, 10, 11 from shields. So that's 11. And then every 2 books, so that's 13, 15. And then 18, 21, 24 from the burst. So that's 24 so far. Which will, so 24 so far. Vow token will be another 2, so that brings up to 26. And then I'll take 3 damage and Ring of Blood it to heal it. So it goes from 26 to 29, which is enough to kill. It's a melee strike, so there's no resistance, and her +3 armor does not kick in until she actually is at 20 damage or more. So I kill her before she can get her buff up. And with that, that's the battle over. We'll go ahead and draw 8 gold. 345. And we'll see what the reward is. Each party member except Nightingale gets 1 experience. So it should be that. Okay. Let me do some quick math to make sure this is all correct. So 3, 7, 3, 7, 12, 17, 23, 29, 36. Okay, so those are correct. And then I'm just going to make sure Nightingale's is set up right. 3, 8, 15, 19, 25, 29. Did I not get the +1 from some point? Three, 7, 12, 17, 23, 30, 36. Okay, so that's correct. I just did the math wrong. Okay, it looks like everything's correct on that front. Since we just finished the encounter, we get consumables of our choice. We can resolve this in any order we want. So I'm just going to give him the throwing knives. And during this opportunity, I can go ahead and trade and all that stuff if I need to. Because supposedly you can trade stuff between encounters. At least that's what it implies. But I'll assume no for now, and I'll have to do a re-equip after the fact. All right. So good stuff. Just in case, I want to go ahead and mark Nightingale as 1 damage. Damocles as 2. Everyone else seems to be fine. Okay, that went really well. I'm very happy with the results there. And then it's going to go to Winding Down, which is 259, which is down here. And we'll continue on from there. There was no restore, I don't think. Nope, no restore. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it. I am the Depressed Eeyore. This was Middara on Tabletop Simulator. See you guys next time.